You're doing the same thing every single day. You're working on the same workflow. There's no new projects, and then you're not doing new things. And that's when you realize that maybe I'm not really adding value to it. So this was my point where I thought that maybe I want to do something more. And my inspiration was that you don't have to be just one version of yourself.
Wake up now, wake up now, wake up now.
Good afternoon, people. Welcome to my Wake Up Now with Melinda. So, ta-da-da-da, I'm very happy to invite my LinkedIn friend, Simran. So, Simran, she is a brand designer who simply turns idea into iconic brands. So, Simran, in just 2 years, she has already helped 50 plus professionals, 20 plus company brands. Wow, the challenge is real, isn't it? And been doing very well for Gen Z. She helps to design LinkedIn banner, logos, website, social media thumbnails that capture your brand's accent. And also develop unique content strategy that resonates with your audience. Craft clear, compelling messages that help you and your brand unforgettable. That is exactly what she has done for Melinda Ng's LinkedIn profile. The Royal Purple, the Royal Yellow, and the Favorite White. Simran, can I get you to introduce yourself a little bit more to our audience here?
All right. Thank you, Melinda, for the lovely introduction. So as Melinda shared, we met through LinkedIn. So she has shared a lot about me being a designer and a content creator. But what a lot of you guys do not know is that I'm also a corporate professional. So I'm working as a head of marketing in a tech startup. Yes, I do not post on LinkedIn a lot about it, but yeah, so I'm a typical example of corporatepreneur, which is a new term coming up.
I see.
Yes, so design is something that I've ventured into just a year ago, and I'm still working with the transition stuff, but I think that is all we're going to talk about today as well.
Exactly. Today's our topic in the art of career reinvention. You know, you talk about currently you are working in a corporate, it's like head of marketing. And what makes you think that you should step up even more as a Gen Z and start building your business? And essentially it's almost a totally different business that you're doing in your current day job.
So me working as a marketing, so when I go to my job every day, right, I think it's everyone here as well, that you think that you're doing certain tasks like every day, and it kind of like gets repetitive, right? So you are always stuck in this monotonous loop. And even you're trying like different changes, but you still get the same output. So I was feeling this like for a year in my job. And I was like, I always wanted to start a design business. But what I was struggling with was when was the right time to do that. So then I realized that there is no right time. Like you have to start. So I was like, okay, I used to spend 2 hours, then eventually got into 5, and now I've launched my own design studio. So that's the complete journey that went into it.
Excellent. You have said it right, you know. No age is too young. No time is the wrong time. You just have to get it started. Yeah, there's no perfect time. So good job on that. Could you also share, right? You will be in your current role. I know you just worked there for, how long has the current role been for you? Maybe a year or two?
2.5 now.
Yeah, 2.5. You know, when do you think, or do you feel that you have outgrown your current role? That's why you decided to step up, to do something more for yourself.
Yeah, so look at it this way, right? When you start a job, you're very much excited. It's very fresh.
Yes.
And you tend to take a lot of initiatives, and then you're working on projects. You have like your little to-do list that you're ticking every box every day. But then after a while, you're doing the same thing every single day. You're working on the same workflow. There's no new projects, and then you're not doing new things. And that's when you realize that maybe I'm not really adding value to it. So this was my point where I thought that maybe I want to do something more. And my inspiration was that you don't have to be just one version of yourself. You can be multiple. So I was like, why only corporate? Why can't I do other things? And the funny fact is, by launching my own design studio or doing something else, it makes me more energetic at work. I found back my energy and my liveliness in work as well.
Oh, good. It's good to know that, because I want to know when was the last time, you know, you feel fully alive in your current job. Because a lot of coaches told me that they are not.
I think if you talk about now, it's like every day. Yeah. So it's more about when you wake up in the morning and then you have certain tasks. You look at your emails, you do your admin stuff, and then after that you're like, I need to create something today. I need to add value. And one thing that I really do is connect with a new person. So that can either be through LinkedIn, in my office, talking to my interns, or just someone who passes by on pantry. Like that just gets me new conversation. You meet new people, you get new opportunities, and yeah.
And I think that what you have said, is it safe for me to wrap it up and say that you just give new meaning to the 8 hours ahead of you?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can catch up with them on dinners and stuff. So yeah, you got your day planned.
So really, how to make the moment 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. exciting for yourself is really in your own hand, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of work will bring you joy?
I think, okay, so when we go to our office, usually we say it 9 to 5, but we're not really working 9 to 5, right? I think when we're at work, sometimes some of our hours goes by when, you're just asking about what to eat at lunch. And you're just constantly talking about people. But that is the actual time where you're connecting with people and you're in the work and you feel like, okay, I am working. If not, then you're just working remotely with your desk.
Autopilot.
Right? Yeah. So I think those are the times where, we're working as a team, we're working on new projects, we're brainstorming. So brainstorming is my favorite. As a creative person, I feel that putting your ideas on the table is the best thing that can happen to you and people respecting that.
Good. It sounds like you have identified your values, your interests, and your motivation at a young age. So how do you know what truly drives you that inspire yourself to start this branding business?
So the thing that drives me, I would take a step back from there. So I think I've started identifying things that distract me. I would take it a spin on this
elimination
one.
method.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll try just cutting out the things that distract me, and if I'm able to focus on one single thing without looking at my phone notifications or getting distracted, I think that is something that I want to help me to get better or to focus at a task as well.
Yes. So you wrote it down?
Yes, usually I will write it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So people remember. It's also one interesting question during my executive search headhunting days, when I talk to candidates, what do you like? They went like, I like everything. I'm like, okay, then tell me what do you not like?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's one good method. So people can consider using this. Now I've got a challenging questions for you. If your job title, head of marketing or entrepreneur, founder, you have 2 jobs now, and they disappeared today, will you feel sad or what would still define you?
So in terms of emotions, I won't be sad because I'm someone who truly believes that you are the person beyond your titles. So I see myself and also how people see me as someone who is bold. So I'm willing to make bold decisions, whether it's taking the new job or planning when to leave your current job, or someone who's a risk taker, because as a Gen Z, we are very much distracted. So it's very hard for us to make decisions as well. So a decision maker and also someone who is able to connect with people of all ages. So representing Gen Z at this table, I feel that sometimes we are not able to find that connect. Like, what do we talk? When we go to events, what do we talk? What is the common thing that we come out? So that is something that I've found within myself, within the transitions that I've been through, and has outgrown myself as a person.
Okay, sounds good. Specifically on Gen Z, do you think Gen Z are easily attracted and attached to job titles?
I would say, yeah, because, okay, think of it this way. When you're at school, your teachers teach you, so you got to work hard, you got your A's to get a better university. At university, they teach you got to get A's to get a good job. So we have been associated with something always.
Okay.
They do not say, what do you want to become? Okay, what if I remove the A's? What are you as a person? So we are not built we have not thought ourselves that way since we have been growing up. So when we go to our job, we find, okay, software engineer. Yeah. So what do? I'm a software engineer. That's it. What everybody do, everybody has their own titles as well. So we feel belonged. But if there's someone who's saying, I'm a founder, or I'm a creator, I'm an artist, or I'm something beyond the title, that's when you start looking up.
Okay, give meanings to the title beyond just the title itself that is defined by the society.
Absolutely.
Do you like who you are becoming?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much enjoy the company with myself. Also, when you have the inner confidence, you also like what other people talk about you, you know. When you meet people, you will always get the confidence to talk to them. You will get the confidence to pursue what you want to become and also take on new projects and tasks and stuff like that.
So you do feel being seen,
Yes.
being heard,
Yes.
importantly being valued.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I go by this. Your career must make you a better person that you are becoming. So it seems like your career is really helping you to shine even more as a person, instilling more confidence in you. So let me ask another question is really how much of this career, current one that you are building as a founder of a business is built out of others' expectations of you, or was it just your own expectations? Has there been other influence?
So I would say none of others' expectations, because if I take it a little bit back to my journey, I actually studied computer science. So I was a software engineer like about 4 years ago. And the thing was, everyone right now as well, like all my friends who have graduated from university, they're all software engineers. But here I am being a marketer and a designer. So what I realized is the way people expect to you is based on the decisions that you take. So now I'm taking decision to become a designer. People think that I'm going to be a designer. That's where I'm going to grow myself onto. So yeah, it is not about what people think, but it is more about your decisions, and that eventually leads up to their expectations.
Because a lot of time, I think people are living at others' expectations or the generations by generation, the career path or the life journey. That's why some of them, unfortunately, when they reach a certain age, they are completely burnt out. And they wouldn't have the confidence to restart again. Yeah. Have you come across someone like this?
Yeah, so there are a couple of my friends. So they're always like, Simran, why are you so happy? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how are you so happy after your 9 to 5? I'm like, because I'm happy in my job. I'm happy as a person of who I am. And, you know, I love going to my job. And even if I'm working 12 hours, I don't go and complain that, you know, I'm working 12 hours and stuff like that. So the thing is, they are just okay at doing what they're doing. They do not want to do outside of it. Or maybe like no one is asking them, you know, are you happy or not? Because the truth is they do not know what happy is. Yeah, because they've been always like associated with titles, and that's how they're being brought, because we're in Asian culture, right, Melinda? So we've been taught like you always have to have your A game up, you always have to get a job, a high paying job, and then, you know, you cannot drift away from what you're doing. So when you're not given the space, you don't think about it, and then you are always comfortable in your own bubble. So I think a lot of my friends, that is where they have shared their experiences with me. And when I come in with that kind of energy, I think I've started to shift their minds. Yeah, there's a lot of my friends that are switching jobs now.
Yes, I remember when we first catch up, I remember encouraging you, you do you. Your journey is your journey. Yeah. See, it's only like less than a year that we met. You have boom, and you are now inspirations among your friends. Good job. If you have not done this journey, Simran, to start your own designing business, would this be one of the regret, you think?
Yeah, I would say if I would have not started my own business, I would have not known that what it takes to launch one.
Good one.
Yeah. So I think you have to just start to know, you know, how it's gonna be. Is it gonna be a success or is it gonna be a failure? So yeah, just start. So I think after being in this business, and I'm learning as an entrepreneur, and I'm starting reading books. I've never read books. I started reading self-help books. I started connecting with people. And when I say that I'm a founder too, I think I can connect better. Like people say, okay, this is business. She's a business-minded lady and she understands, you know. And I've started understanding my own founders too, because when I work in my corporate, they go through a lot of things. And that's where I get inspired too. So yeah, I think this is the best decision. If I would have not started this, I would have been just comfortable in doing my typical 9 to 5. And I might be just, a marketer at this table.
I think a lot of people probably put the focus overly too much on the end result. Yeah, that's why they say, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? But they forgot about the experience, the beautiful experience that you shared. So what story do you want to tell one day about how you change?
So the thing is, this question puts me in the spot where I've not shared a lot about myself out there publicly. Like,
this is your moment.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, nice to say this. Simran, it's my designer. She asked me to do a video for her to recommend her good work. I thought a video is too short to express her talent. Get her to my podcast. So here you go.
That's the best feedback I could ever get. Yeah, so I've never shared about my journey publicly. So I think everyone in the audience would resonate as well that, you always have the fear of being judged. And if I start saying that I've switched maybe 3 to 4 jobs in the past 5 years, people will say that I'm still, figuring it out, or she doesn't know what she's doing. But now I feel that I've started opening up more, and I've started sharing, and I realized that there's a lot of people, everybody's struggling, and a lot of people, we think that they're okay with their jobs, but they're actually not. They want to do something more.
Welcome to the society.
Yeah, so that's typically, yeah. So so I think more of me sharing out there and getting people's feedback and resonating with them, it's what has been taken apart. Yeah.
Okay, maybe talking about that, I should ask you, what is one unique value in a way you have and you discover it doesn't really rely on your current industry, the day job industry?
So I think the one skill that would be is I'm able to simplify things. I feel that, so I read this somewhere that the smartest people are the one who can simplify things. So the thing is, when you want to present something, or even if it's just like talking to someone, you just have to simplify it or put it out in a way that it wants to be heard by the audience and not in a way that you want to say it. So I feel that makes you connect with people much better. Like, I've connected with you, I've connected with people at my work. So there is that one common thing, that clicks. So yeah, I think the unique value would be me simplifying.
Yeah, the ability to identify solutions is a talent, but to explain and present that solution to be accepted by the opposite party, in this case, the client, I think that's wisdom.
Yes.
Because if you cannot explain it, I will not able to understand. Just like the first time when we meet, I was like clueless, just doing my simple linking banner. And you asked me, Melinda, how do you want to position yourself? I was like, I have a lot of bubbles, but you were able to weave your set of questions, help me to break down, dissect, and essentially we have finalized the colors, the question, and the style. I think today I'm still probably, I don't know, but don't quote me. Do you see anyone in the linking banner using Hyrox photo?
No.
Yeah. So it still remain myself only. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that without your encouragement. What makes Melinda unique? Yeah, I thought at that point of time when we had that discussion, I want to show people that as a coach, as a trainer, as a person, I'm disciplined, and that goes into my lifestyle. So thanks for encouraging that. Working with Simran, this is the testimonial for you. She will ask you questions that you probably have not asked yourself before in terms of positioning yourself to the crowd, the audience in LinkedIn. And she will be able to capture that, which you have done that for me. So brilliant on that. And importantly is, when I share about some of my idea, you didn't push it out and think that, that's too old school. Why don't you listen to me, the trending one? You will be able to balance and give your suggestion properly. So thanks for that. And that's my recommendation for you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So in terms of, before you start this current business, did you already identify a transferable skills?
So
Because it can't be you just, okay, I decided to do this without ready skills, you know?
yeah, so when I talk about skills, I usually categorize into like three things. So one is like the technical skills. So technical skills is something that definitely you can get it through a course. You can go for a master's, or in my case, I took a short course. Yeah. So these are something that you can also learn while you're doing the thing. And then there are other skills like people and strategic skills. So people and strategic skills that I've been working for like past 7 to 8 years. I also include my part-time jobs because those were jobs too. And then I've discovered that all the skill sets that I got after working with different people, working with different kinds of managers, different ages of people, like with a different seniority and stuff, you kind of like get to collect all those experiences, and then you can definitely apply it in every part of your life and also jobs. So that is definitely applicable. The third skill is strategic skills. So strategic skills, because I was from a software background in computer science, I learned a lot of logical and action-driven skills. So I still apply that. And this is why today my design stands out from other people, because it's not about the design, but it's about how it's being driven and how does it bring the unique self of you inside the design. How does it drives emotions? Yeah. So I think those kind of skills is something that is applicable to all the jobs that you go for. Yeah.
And did you was that an activity, like an exercise to sit yourself down and write it down to really understand what and identify what are these transferable skills, or how did you kind of derive? Any tips on that?
Yeah, so I use something called mind mapping. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I literally go and mind map sometimes. It helps me figure out what I'm stuck with.
Okay.
Yeah, and I realized that whenever I do that, I do not go with the same mindset that I already have the problem. So let's say if I'm stuck, I try to go from a different mindset. Let's try a different angle, and yeah, it helps me with it.
And I like the sharing about the transferable skills, the mind mapping, and etc. It seems like from these realizations, you have discovered the version of the new me. Yeah. And what would be a version of you, let's say just 3 to 5 years from now, be thanking you for what you have done today? What do you think?
Yeah, so I like the fact it's 5 years and not 10 years because I'm someone who likes to keep the goals short, because in that way it's just achievable.
Yeah, it must be measurable and achievable.
Yeah, so I think 3 to 5 years, I see myself as someone, because right now I'm focusing on being a designer. I'm focusing on authority building and building trust. I'm meeting new people. I'm telling that about myself. And I'm also in a journey of refining myself. So I think in a span of 3 to 5 years, I would be someone who has already know what she has done. She has enough credibilities to support her work, and now she can go on to building a community, connecting people, and actually sharing the experiences that I've gathered so far.
Very good. One of the most confident kind of Gen Z new business owner that I've come across, I must say. Yeah. So how has your daily life changed or looks like from before, since you have successfully reinvented yourself?
What if I still have a lot of work to do?
Yeah, on the track already.
Yeah, I think, okay, so previously I just used to work 9 to 5, but now I'm working 12 to 14 hours a day, but that is not work. That is me actually doing something productive, putting out value, and I'm actually happy. So I'm someone who's working a lot because I'm doing corporate and also doing my business side. So it does takes a lot of my time. And also I've transitioned myself, so in a very short period of time. So that means that I'm spending a lot of time doing strategy and execution as well. So I feel that this is something that can be done better with years as I grow along. But right now, I think my life is doing great.
Good.
Yeah, it's a good balance.
Okay, good. So can you share with us, what can we look forward from the new Simran? What can we look forward in the next few months in terms of watching out your LinkedIn profile? What can we learn from your LinkedIn profile? Because as always, you have been posting wonderful posts. Technical competency has increased because of you. Canvas knowledge has increased because of you. One other post that is coming that we should stay tuned?
So the other thing that I'm looking at, so now I've been sharing a lot of about technical things or about Canva, about different tools. Now what I'm going to share about is how you can use that tool in your daily life. Like let's say you're doing a presentation, you're doing a brochure, or just your name card, or even your logo. Like how can you design it, and definitely without using AI. Like I'm a creator, I support AI, but this one, if you can do it without AI, it will be much more, achievable. You'll be proud of it that you actually do it. So that's one thing that I'm going to launch in the next 6 months. And I'm also thinking of coming up with my own design community. I know a lot of people on LinkedIn are learning from me. So it's not about just design. It's about how to pitch your work to others, right? How can you stand out from other designers? And now the roaming question that comes up is, oh, why you and not AI, right? So I'm planning to shift a lot of my content towards that so that a lot of people can just come up with their own credibility and their value. And yeah, the third thing is I'm planning to do road trips. Yeah, I'm just going to experience life.
Experience life while you work.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
while I work.
Yeah, and also what caught me and left an impression in my mind recently is one of your posts. People are commenting that you are too young. Why should I give you my business? Yeah. Honestly, as a client who has benefited from your services, I didn't feel that. Yeah, I thought that we should give ourselves a chance, not you, ourselves, to accept new ideas. If you want to be in the business, the trending business, the new blood has to come up. You have to listen to what they are talking because you guys are more aware than us, the trending topic and etc. So you want to say something about that? When people always say, you're so young, why should I give my business to you?
Okay, can we quote that you actually said that I'm not too young?
Yeah, not too young.
So the thing is being young puts you in the spot and also gives you the freedom that you can try different things. I can literally try 10 different things before presenting it to my client because I have the bandwidth, I have the adaptability to learn, and also I'm willing to, take it to the next level. I feel that a lot of people who are experienced and, have reached at a certain level, they are unable to unlearn things. Yeah, and as a Gen Z, we can learn, relearn, unlearn. We can do all sort of things. We are just crazy. We'll take it all in. We'll present you. Even you do not like, we'll scratch it out. We'll build it again. So that is the kind of mindset that we come from. And yeah, that is something that sets me apart. And putting my values and my opinions on a table where, we are surrounded by C-level people and all of that, it definitely makes you nervous, but then also gives you the opportunity that you're being appreciated and respected.
Yeah, I remember when I just started in my industry, some wise person told me, admit that you are young and remind the person that you need to start from somewhere. But you have a good attitude. Please give me the chance. I think you have displayed it very well to be a humble person who is willing to get opportunity. So while I support Gen Z to really come up strong, to fight for their own business, but always be humble and respect the senior in the industry because everyone is a guiding hand, right? There's been there, they have done that. They will help you, your success, because if you could avoid to reinvent the wheel, it would be helpful. But having said that, your new ideas is definitely something that we have never heard of. So go ahead and be ambitious for that. Yeah. King. Any more sharings of you that you want to tell our audience here or maybe your audience?
I think one of the advice I like to give to the people here today is that when is the right time that you wanna make that switch, or you wanna take off their next job, that next project, or just quit the existing one, is you literally have to plan your exit strategy. It's all about the right timing. I know there is not a right time, but you just have to plan it a little bit. So you just try to plan when you want to exit, and then your exit plan just becomes your next entry point. Then it will just push you to take the next step. And that has literally worked in my past years of me switching from a corporate software person to a product manager to a marketer and now a designer as well. And now I'm venturing into singing. Imagine that. So yeah, there's a lot of shifts of different industries. But one thing that has helped me in this was staying patient, being able to adapt in different conditions, and also, just planning when I want to exit. Yeah, that is very important, I feel.
Have you heard of this newly? I was invited to give an interview the other day on air. Then I was like, okay, get to know this word. It's called micro retirement. Have you heard of micro retirement at Gen Z?
Yeah, I mean, I do have a couple of my friends who want to retire like at 25 or 30. So the number has definitely changed.
Oh, I have overwork.
Yeah, so I've heard that, but I'm not really sure what that term exactly means. But I think the definition of retirement has changed now. It's more about the financial freedom or the freedom to actually do what you love. That is what retirement is for Gen Zs.
Yeah, I heard of one case that my husband shared with me. It's like someone in around our daughter's age, 25, 26, they will probably work for this much and they will take a 6 months break, not really taking, they don't go into, they just quit without a job to go on a 6 months break. And then they would think what they want to do 6 months later after they return from the break. Our time is probably called the sabbatical leave. Career. But when the first time years ago in my professions, when we talk about sabbatical leave, is really an arrangement with the company, an arrangement you will come back. Yeah, you are like, okay, so grateful. But now people are like, I'm ditching the company. Yeah, I'm going for my micro retirement, enjoy my life first, and then I will decide if I want to come back to work.
Okay, maybe that is something that I should show it up to my manager as well. I'm going for a micro retirement. But yeah, I mean, so Gen Zs are going for micro retirement. You're right, Melinda, on that. And then a lot of Gen Zs are not even going into corporate. They're just using social media to build their own business and just working from home and or wherever they want to. Like, they're not even getting into corporate or, doing the masters. I've seen a lot of my younger cousins. They're just like getting into Instagram, TikTok, and they're already, like the mini influencers in their own region. Yeah. So it's literally evolving.
Okay. I have got a few questions to ask you. It's also because I shared my replies and insight on these questions. On young professionals, they are making a career switch. So we talk about the considerations before making the career switch, transfer skills, what you want to do, and etc. So you are also kind of like, active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also considered as one of the social media platform. Could I say that this is one of your social media career as well? Do you link and consider your designing job as a social media career?
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is LinkedIn is the biggest social media out there. If you look at the ranking, LinkedIn is the social media out there. And there are like the opportunity it's a lot, like 1 billion users. So yeah, I do consider myself now a LinkedIn influencer, because why I would say influencers is because when I share content, people actually value it and they take actions on it. Yeah, so it does matter.
So why do you think that beside yourself, these social media roles are becoming so appealing?
Oh, okay. So if I talk about other social media, because people are just doing the randomest thing that you can ever think and then posting it out there. And people are like, hey, that's what I do on my daily stuff and it's going viral, right? So I think the Gen Z right now is picking up what people want to see or people want to hear, but they're afraid to do that, or they have some certain fears.
Are they also venturing into LinkedIn or IG or other social media platform?
So I think majority of the Gen Z is on IG, TikTok, even Twitter as well. But on LinkedIn, I think now Gen Z have started venturing into it. Like those Gen Zs who are into business or who have launched their own little, little thing to earn something, or like a hobby that they want to monetize. So they are venturing into LinkedIn because on LinkedIn, you can find a serious audience and you can actually find decision makers. So that is something hard to find on other platforms because that is more for entertainment. So yeah, they're now starting off on LinkedIn too.
I think social media, personal branding is so everywhere now. But let's talk about social media. I think what is digitized. How do I pronounce that word? Digital what?
Digitization.
Oh, yeah, already. So that has definitely changed our traditional business as well,
Yeah.
because someone in the company would want to be taking care of that to connect to the public. So learning different platforms, TikTok, IG, and etc., seems to be really a need for the person to be in the trending and to stay employable, not just the Gen Z. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think social media is a big thing to influence your brand and also a way to like connect with your audience. Because now what people are doing is a lot of creators that who have built their social media or their personal brand to a certain following, then they're launching their brand. So imagine that, like you have 1 million followers on Instagram and the next day you launch your brand, all of them get to your brand. So that is like a way for them to generate audience, generate the need, and then get a way to connect with their audience. So I think a lot of people are now building their personal brand first and then launching their business brand.
Yes,
That's the way to go.
So since that the answer has touched into thriving into a social media career, any more tips for how a person sustains a social media career?
So I think on social media, so you literally have to like there's like tons of things that you need to do, but I think that you have the right mindset and you just have to pick a niche. Just pick a niche and just talk about it like literally every day. Like for instance, if you look at my profile or even Melinda's profile, right? We just talk about like I talk about design and Melinda talks about career development. So it's just one niche that we talk about every day, which means that we're connecting with the right people. Every day we get the follows, we get the connections, and also helps us get the authority in that particular industry. So if somebody wants to reach out to a career development person, it's Melinda. Somebody wants a designer, it's me. So this is a way for you to stand out and keep sharing content. I feel that consistency is the real thing on social media. So even if your content is not powerful, you're not able to get, viral content, it's okay. You just have to be consistent because consistency is literally key these days.
Yeah, talking about that, the engagement, you have high engagement on your LinkedIn profile. Yeah, how do you feel about that? Do you feel that, I always have this high engagement rate in my LinkedIn profile? Does that give you new pressure when you have to push out the next content? Like when people always ask me, after this post, your next post, what is coming out next? Are you expecting this post to be as good as, Yeah, do you have those kind of like internal fights or struggles?
The pressure is definitely there because I do have a audience, and that is always looking up to me. So the funny thing is I'm on a 30-day LinkedIn challenge where I'm posting like literally every day. And if there's a day that I don't post, people are like, hey, Simran, it's time to post. Where is your post? And I'm like, oh, okay, I have to post.
You can't even take a break, huh?
Yeah. So the thing is, you have to commit to posting, and sometimes it's just about you show up on social media whenever you have something to say. Like it can be you're taking a cab or you're meeting someone, just snapshot it and write a story about it. You don't know how people take it, and people get to see the real you as well. So I think like this kind of pressure, how I work with it is usually I plan a calendar. Like on weekends, I will usually plan like what are the themes, and they're like very flexible. Sometimes I can just change it and I will just share it, or sometimes it's, let's say I met you today, I'll write a personal story about it, how Melinda changed me and stuff like that. So it's just these kind of little things that you show up on your daily lives, on your social media, that helps you connect with your audience. And they also get to see the real you because we're all virtual, right? They never met you. So imagine that. Like I have audience from like Africa, Pakistan, United States, Canada. I've never met those guys ever in person. So, but they still know me. They still care about me. Like when I went into the surgery like a few months ago, they were also were like, what happened? Why did you, get off LinkedIn? So what is that? That is community building. That is the trust that you built with them.
A wise man told me that it takes a 7 meetup to really, really connect and trust the person. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Simran. Time flies. Yeah, we have been chatting as usual. I thought I should just quote some key learnings today from your sharing. Yeah. So our topic today is the art of career reinvention. Simran has been so generous with sharing her thoughts. The 8 hours you have ahead of you is really in your own hand. Whether you drag yourself to finish that 9 hours, 8 hours, or you can be completed happily and you remain to be a happy person. Right, Simran?
Absolutely, yeah.
This is what I think. And of course, we have also shared about your title is not just your entire identity. It's just part of you. So let's not be too comfortable and too attached on the title that we overlook our interests inside. We lost the confidence to pursue what really drives us. Fear. Do you fear when you first started? I think you shared about there were as well, but you just need that courage. Yeah. If you need that push, Melinda will push you through.
Yes.
That's what is said in my banner. Yeah. There's never the right time. There's never the perfect time.
Yeah.
You don't need to get it right, but you just need to get it started.
Yes.
So thanks for that. Yeah. Well, we don't need a big leap of faith. Like both of us, we started with small little steps. We met, we got connected, we got surrounded by like-minded people, and we get supported by them together. I think this journey has been quite nice. Has your career make you a better person, Simran?
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
Yes, because it should. This is my favorite question. Yeah, your career should not only bring you professional success, but fuel your professional growth. Importantly, is leave you proud of the person that you are becoming. Right. Anything else to add on?
Yeah, so I think, Melinda, you summarized those key points to the dot. Like, all of them were like spot on from what I shared. I think I would like to add one thing. On your point that your identity is not your job title, I would like to share to the Gen Zs or the young professionals out there is when you go to the networking event, you should not introduce that, hey, my name is XX and I am a software engineer. Tell us something more about you. Like, we know your title, it's already there. We have name cards, we have a LinkedIn profile. So I would just like to emphasize the fact, like, tell us something that your job title doesn't say is about you. It could be a hobby, it could be why you're here, or if you're here just for the food, or a Netflix show you watched recently. Like, so just try to connect on something beyond what you do, or what your job does, or what it defines you. Yeah, so that is something that I wanted to emphasize because, yeah, I've got a lot of people asking me, like a lot of students coming up to me that we're very shy to go to these networking events. So Melinda, what do you think if these guys are like so shy, or I mean they're just out of the bubbles and into the networking event, right?
Networking events is a comfort, but let's go back to what you share and I'll add on to that. We call that in terms of marketing and communications, elevated pitch. A lot and too many people for too many years, they have connected that when I go to networking, I'm out to impress with my elevated pitch. Who I am, my title, my authority. That's why they feel that, oh, I'm just a young punk. I'm a young lady. I dare not shake my hand. But you're right. You go in and just say that, who I am. I recently come across this movie or I'm into this, etc. Like one of the lady that I met the other day, she just shook her hand with me and she said, I'm into movie production. That caught my attention. That's cool. Then I got to realize that she's only doing a minor role. She just started, but she's enough to keep me in the conversation. Yeah. So think of in networking function, it's already uncomfortable, but be comfortable with the speech that you're coming with. Be comfortable with what and how you want to introduce yourself. Then that will make it easier. And importantly, be honest about yourself. There's no need to upsell yourself. Just be comfortable. This is who I am. Be proud. And that should help you in standing out from a networking function.
So if you're thinking about, changing your career or taking that next project or job, I feel that it's not too late or early for anything. And I just feel that our conversation here gets you that push. So just try to find that one thing that really pushes you to do onto the next. It can be maybe this episode that we talked about, or maybe someone in your life, or maybe a book you read, or even something that you watched. So just take an inspiration and just start. Yeah.
All right, Simran, thank you for your sharing. So for the audience benefit, how do they get connected to you?
Yeah, so you can connect to me on LinkedIn.
Okay. We will share her link in at the description below.
Another day
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melinda,
Yeah.
for being wonderful. Bye.